Greetings all. Let's have a look at Ger40. So as you guys can see, in front of me is the weekly chart of Ger40 open. And in the past or in previous videos, we had spoken about how we have an M structure in that region, with the neckline being here in that at that level rather. We saw price break the neckline to the bottom side and then head back up to retest it. And I said that we would look for further selling opportunities should price reach this particular level, as the anticipation is that the market would push further down to at least this level over here, where we have that candlestick, which is a liquidity candlestick because it is a bearish candlestick with a small body and a long lower wick, right? So that's what we had spoken about previously. So I'm just gonna add that neckline again. Just bear with me. In fact, let me just make this slightly bigger. Let's see. Just bear with me. So there goes our neckline, right? And I'm also going to mark that candlestick at the bottom that's carrying all of that liquidity, because it is also very much important. Okay, there we go. Right. Another thing that I'm going to add is the Fibonacci retracement tool, just to see if the neckline aligns with any of the key numbers that we have on the tool. Just bear with me. There we go. There we go. So we can see that the neckline, this particular neckline of this M structure, is actually in line with the 50% Fibonacci retracement zone. As price broke the neckline, as I said, went back to it to retest it, and the anticipation is that from where price is currently, it should move further down to at least this level, where we have that candlestick that's carrying all of that liquidity. So I hope what I'm saying makes sense. But at this point in time, in my humble opinion, we should be looking for further selling opportunities, and that is because we have confluence. We have, number one, the M structure; number two, the neckline of that M structure; number three, the fact that the neckline of that M structure aligns with the 50.0% Fibonacci retracement level, right? So in my humble opinion, we should be looking for further selling opportunities from where price is currently. So is there anything else that we should be paying attention to on this weekly chart of Ger40? The answer is yes. Remember, we also have this candlestick over here. It is a liquidity candlestick, and it's carrying a whole lot of liquidity at that level. Similarly, we also have this one over here. We also have this one over here, and we have this one over here. So as much as I'm saying that we should be looking for further selling, or rather looking for selling opportunities where price currently is, just keep in the back of your mind that there is scope for the market to push to this level, right? Because there's a whole lot of liquidity trapped there, and this level, as well as that level at the top, right? So what may actually happen is the market may form a nice W structure. As I said, that the anticipation is for the market to come to this level to trigger that liquidity, and once that's done, we might see price then pushing further up to trigger all of these levels, giving us a very nice W structure in this region, right? I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Anyway, I don't see anything further on this particular chart that is very interesting. So what I'm going to do now is just head down to the daily chart. Right. So here we are on the daily chart. So what do we see? On the daily chart, we have at this level a gap. And I had said to you guys previously that gaps represent liquidity. They are very much similar to liquidity candlesticks. So as much as we're saying that the market at this point should be pushing down, right? As much as we're saying that, what may actually happen is the market may push slightly up to trigger that liquidity first, and then once that's done, it may possibly push further down, right? Or push further up to complete this head and shoulders pattern that we have over here, because here's the left hand shoulder, here's the head, and here's the right hand shoulder, and the anticipation is that this particular structure should end somewhere here where it started. So what I'm saying, I hope makes sense. I hope it's not confusing. So there are many possibilities, and we just need to keep all of these possibilities in our head, or rather in the back of our heads, and we just need to ensure that we react based on what the market does, right? So as much as I said, just to recap a bit, that the anticipation is for the market to push further down, what may actually happen is the market may push further up, because we also have this inverted head and shoulders pattern that I just spoke about, and it started here and it should end around here somewhere, right? So anyway, let's keep moving forward. So what else do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to? So we also have this candlestick over here. It is a liquidity candlestick, and it also tells us that the market at some point needs to head down to that level to grab the liquidity. So I'm just going to mark it as well, because I believe it's also very much important and I don't want us to forget about it. All right, there we go. The next thing that I'm going to do on this particular chart is add my daily channel. Let's see, how would I add my daily channel? Just bear with me. Let's see. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, there goes our daily channel. All right. Let's see. So what else do we see on this chart? I don't see anything further. I'm just going to move down to the H4 chart. However, before I do so, I just want also to point out very quickly that we also had a small W structure here, with the neckline being at that level. Price broke the neckline to the top side, came back to this level to retest it, and we would have looked for further buying opportunities at this point to that level, right? I just hope that my drawing is clear. Let me just repeat that. We had this smaller W structure with the neckline being in that region. Price broke the neckline to the upside, then came back to the bottom to retest it, and we would have looked for further buying opportunities at this point, and our first take profit would have been this level over here, because it is a very strong level of resistance, and it is the neckline of that huge M structure that we spoke about, and the neckline also aligns with the 50% Fibonacci retracement zone. So this would have been a very nice take profit level. Anyway, from here I'm just gonna head down to the H4 chart. So here we are on the H4 chart. I'm just gonna fix my channel. There we go. Yeah. So what else do we see on this chart? Before we continue, I'm just gonna add a channel to this H4 chart as well. Just bear with me. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's continue. So what else do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to? So remember I spoke about on the daily chart the fact that we have a smaller W structure over here. We also have another W structure in this region with the neckline being at that level. And remember, guys, that when it comes to W structures, ideally would love to see price break the neckline to the top side, then come back to the neckline to retest it, and then push further up. And we would look for buying opportunities on the retest of that neckline. So as I said, we have a small W here with a neckline being somewhere there. However, price at this point in time, or rather in the past, did not come back to that level to retest it, and should it have done so, we would have looked for further buying opportunities at this point, and our take profit would have been this level again, because as I said, it's a very strong level of resistance, and it is the neckline of that huge structure that I spoke about. All right, yeah, so I'm just gonna add a neckline to that level as well. Just bear with me. I just hope that my lines are not confusing. The reason why I add all of these lines is so that we don't get confused as we move from the monthly chart, the weekly chart, and further down, right? So yeah, so here is my analysis, guys, in as far as Ger40 is concerned, right? At this point in time, I don't see any selling or buying opportunities. However, as I said, we should be looking for um, selling opportunities. We should be looking for selling opportunities, especially on the lower time frames, because as I said, we have this very strong level of resistance. It is also the neckline of that huge M structure that I spoke about, and the very same level is in alignment with the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. So based on the 4-hour chart, I don't see any selling opportunities. However, if we go down to the smaller time frames, such as the H1 and the M15, I think what we should be doing is looking for M structures, looking for smaller M structures, and possibly selling on the second leg of that M structure, right? Especially on the smaller time frames, such as the 15-minute chart. So that is what I will be looking for. If on Monday, on the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, or the H1 chart, an M structure forms somewhere here, I would look for an entry on the second leg of that M structure, and my take profit would be, my first take profit that is, would be this level over here, because it is the neckline of that small W structure that I spoke about. The second take profit level for me would be the zone over here, because it is where we have those that liquidity candlestick rather, which is carrying all of that liquidity. And yeah, that would be my second take profit level. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, so that is it in as far as my analysis goes for Ger40. Cheers.